Hi, welcome to Teacher Tips. I'll be your host today. My name is Julie Bagley and I'm a teacher with Utah Online School. We're going to go more deeply into Aleks Math, and more specifically in Aleks Math, how to check progress. The first step, of course, is to log into Aleks. You can do that either from our Easy Link page or from aleks.com. Here's what the login page looks like. You'll just put in your username and password that were emailed to you. Now you're going to click on the three lines in the upper left-hand corner. Once you do that, a menu will appear. Many options are available, but we're going to click on Reports. Once you click on Reports, there are lots of marvelous reports to help guide you as you help your student. You can see here we have the pie, the timeline, activity, and so on. The one that I want to focus the most on is the pie. Once you click on More Details for the pie, it breaks it down for us. We're able to see a lot of wonderful information. It tells us what percent of different topics within this grade level that we have mastered, and a lot of information about what we have learned and what we need to learn. It's absolutely fabulous. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Alright, so here we are at the login page. I'm going to type in a username and password that's just for a demo student account. This isn't a real account, but it gives us a great idea of how to use it. Alright, so now I'm in. I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to click on these three lines. Now, I'm going to scroll down until I get to Reports and click. And here it is, that wonderful menu I mentioned just a minute ago. It's here. Now, you may have to scroll like I do up and down on the sides to see everything. But here I am. I'm going to start by going into the pie. Now, once I'm in the pie, it's just fabulous. I can see how many topics have been completely mastered, how many have been learned, and how many are remaining. Notice that right now in this demo account, we have a bunch in mastered, a bunch in remaining, and none in learned. Now, as you progress in your Aleks account, you're going to find that you have some things that are totally mastered. That means you've been able to pass them off on a knowledge check even. Others that I might work on today, and I've learned it, I've been able to pass today, but I haven't passed it on a knowledge check. Those topics are going to appear in learned, because they're not quite mastered yet, although we've learned them. And then the remaining are the ones that we haven't mastered and we really haven't learned yet either. Now, as you can see, each topic is then broken down. So this grade level I believe is 5th grade, and I have whole numbers, fractions, decimals. Now I can click over here on the side and get to the rest of the topics in this grade level. And I can learn about each one. Now, if I go down here, there are 3 categories. Again, that we see the learned and the mastered, but we also see ready to learn. And I can click on this and see more information. So I can see my child needs to work on decimal place with tenths and hundredths. And if I click on it, it's even going to give me an example of a sample question. So if I'm not sure what that means, it'll give me an example so I can go, oh, that's what they're working on. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the pie. If you would like to click up here on this circle, it will download the progress for you so you can look at it. But make sure you have enabled your pop-ups. It won't work if you haven't enabled your pop-ups. Alright, you can also click to learn more information about the timeline. This is helpful when parents find that students are telling them they're logging in for a really long time, but in the end they're not spending their time in Aleks. They might be somewhere else on the internet. So that is a helpful place to check as well. Also along with what they've worked on this week, what they've been working on most recently, and what they're attempting but not getting, so that you can provide extra support or ask your teacher. And then needs more practice. That wraps it up. Thanks so much for joining me. You can find more at Teacher's Tips. Bye.